Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to the channel and some more Blood Red Skies for you here. So we're finally getting down to this final scenario, but before we jump into that, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe, and drop us a comment as well on your experiences playing this final scenario here. So targets of opportunity. Be really interested to hear from you guys there. Also, if you can, check out the link in the description there. If you head over to Warlord from there and pick up anything that comes back and helps support the channel a little bit more as well. So let's dive right in here, guys. So this is scenario 11. So another attacker and defender one, of course. So the player with the largest number of planes in their force is considered to be the attacker. And then if points or numbers of planes are equal, each player rolls a dice for initiative. The high roller is the attacker, and then also has the option to use the numbers theater card as one of their theater card choices. The defender has the option then to use the home advantage as one of theirs as well. So some things to keep in mind there. So definitely more of a casual, fluffy type of scenario here, just because some of those cards can get a little bit wonky sometimes. The elements here in the scenario, each player deploys in 2 or more elements with at least 2 aircraft assigned to each element, and must be entirely each element must entirely comprise planes from the same squadron. So again, keep that in mind there. So then the deployment definitely has several steps to it. So this is not just a quick put everything on the table and go type of scenario. So train cards deal out random train cards, placing one face up in the center of each 2-foot square of the table. Flak as well, so the defender draws a light flak card at random, conceals it under one of the terrain cards on the table. So you can definitely play some mind games with your opponent there. The light flak is only revealed when an aircraft moves within range of it for the first time. And then use spare terrain cards to disguise which area has the flak card hidden in it. Also, player elements. The defending player then places an element of aircraft anywhere on the table. The second player then deploys an element more than 19 from that, any enemy aircraft. And then you basically alternate with the same restrictions as above. So again, that 19-inch gap will certainly limit some things there. And then each player may choose to deploy one element after the first as a high cover marker on any table edge as well. So then the attacker can nominate any of their aircraft as being laden with strafing ordnance at the beginning of the scenario. So that will come into play for like taking out ground targets and stuff like that. The starting advantage, pretty standard here, so 1 to 2 disadvantaged, 3 to 4 neutral, 5 to 6 advantaged. And then leaving the battle area, so if an aircraft leaves, it may re-enter the following turn if it passes a maneuver test. Redeploy the returning planes anywhere during the anywhere along the edge at left, and roll for starting advantage level again. However, if the maneuver is failed, the plane will just return to base, and unfortunately then a boom chit is inflicted on a squadron for each plane lost in this way. Attacking aircraft can then choose to leave the table and return to base voluntarily. Similarly, don't take a maneuver test for them. No boom chit is inflicted on the squadron for leaving voluntarily, right? It doesn't make sense to do that. They left willingly, basically. So then, several special rules here. So the hunt itself. The ground targets are known to be in the area, but the attacking aircraft will need to locate them. So if there are no target markers present on the table, top attacking pilots can use a special pilot action in this scenario called Search. So you make a pilot skill test for the searching pilot, and if a success is rolled, a target has been spotted. But of course, there's several modifiers here. So it's a multi-crew aircraft. You get an extra dice, more people, more eyes looking. Each previous search action this turn, again, more people looking will kind of add like a snowball effect to that. So what you might do there is, if you only have like one multi-crew aircraft, you might save that for the last one just because it's going to be rolling the most dice there, right? All the previous ones and then the multi-aircraft one itself. Searching over flat terrain, and then searching over elevated or undulating terrain, however, is a -1. So if you're playing with like a lot of mountainous features and stuff like that, it's going to be a little bit harder. However, then when a target is spotted, the defending player must place a target marker within 12 of the searching pilot and more than 6 away from any table edge as well. The target card assigned to the marker can either be a truck, convoy, tank column, or train at the option of the defending player, so that's entirely up to them. If there is a water or urban terrain area representing a port or ship target, or equivalent difficulty, maybe a ship target of equivalent difficulty may be substituted for any of the above. And then each option can only be chosen once. So, for example, if the defender places a truck convoy after the first successful search, then after the next successful one, it's got to be then a tank or a train. The attacking player can continue searching until all 3 target markers have been revealed. And then a little bit more here. So the game length. Play continues basically until all the attacker's aircraft are shot down, break off due to squadron morale, or voluntarily leave the table. And then, how does each player determine their victory? So if 2 of the targets are destroyed by the end of the game, the attacking player wins. And again, if you accomplish what you need to as the attacker, then you can basically just leave the table voluntarily and get the game over. There's nothing that is forcing you then to stick around to try and get shot down. If no target has been damaged by the end of the game, the defending player wins. Makes sense, right? You have failed to attack. And then in any other case, count up victory points. The player with the greatest total number of victory points at the end of the game would be the winner there. So you have an alternate condition there. And then how does the scoring work? So, well, the defender literally just has to shoot down the attacking aircraft because that's all that they're bringing. But the attacker has multiple ways of achieving points. But before we get to that again, the defender gets 2 per. So that will start adding up pretty quickly if the defender is able to start dropping your planes, and then obviously it's going to get harder for you as the attacker to spot targets and destroy them while you're still engaging enemy pilots and stuff too. Anyway, though, the attacker here gets each defending aircraft shot down is only 1 point, but if you locate targets, you can score points for that as well. And then if you for each point hit scored on a target card equals 2 victory points. So again, you can start racking things up there. So many ways for the attacker to do it, but they've got multiple things to contend with as well. Whereas the defender just needs to basically keep them away from targets. Hopefully they don't successfully search and deal with the attackers that way. So, and then as is pretty standard here, they give you kind of like a sample list of forces and deployment to try out with terrain and all that. The neat thing there is, though, as the defender as well, something to consider, right? Because the attacker, multi-crew aircraft and stuff will get more chances. So, a smart move as the defender there might be to go after those kind of aircraft first, just to lessen the attacker's chances of spotting your target. So one possible thing to consider there. But again, really, fun scenario here, of course, but definitely a lot involved in setup and a lot of components here with not just two players worth of planes basically in the air, but the different going after the different targets and bringing in the different theater and terrain cards and all that stuff too. So this scenario can definitely play out in many different ways depending on the type of terrain chosen and all that, and of course the usual variables like early, mid, late war, the nations involved, and all that. So definitely one that's worth playing multiple times. But again, a little bit on the more complicated side as far as setting up and actually playing it and different things to remember there. But anyway, guys, let us know in the comments what your thoughts and experiences have been on that. Again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe, and check out the link in the description there if you want to support the channel a little bit more. Head over there, pick up something from Warlord, and again, that helps support the channel. Appreciate everybody who's been doing that. Thanks so much again for hanging out, guys. This will kind of wrap up again the scenarios for Blood Red Skies, but we got some more things coming for you in the near future, so stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.